Hi Scorpio, welcome to your April 2017 love reading. It's Rena here. And so I'm trying to think of what's happening. Well, for all of us, we have Venus retrograde. And for you, it's going to be going into an area that is your love affairs area, the 5th house. So it starts in the 6th house. It actually starts there at the beginning of the retrograde in March, when a lot of you may be actually watching this. And even in early April, it's there. And I think it's about the 4th of April, it goes into that 5th house. The 5th house is the house of romance. So that could indicate hearing from somebody that you had broken up with. That was kind of, it wouldn't be like a spouse. It would be like some kind of an affair, or just somebody you were dating, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you might hear from them again. And so let's see what happens this time around. You may reassess the relationship. Now, I also wanted to just say briefly, oh, you know what I probably should have said this to, you're the one I should say this to. At the end of the month, on April 26th, we're going to have a new moon in Taurus, an early degree of Taurus, like 6 degrees. And so this is going to be your 7th house of committed partnerships. So for some of you, that could be like a new development. Maybe you get engaged or married, or you just commit to somebody that you've been dating. So maybe at the beginning of the month, you reconnect with somebody and then you said, you know what, we're going to get married after all. And so you get engaged. Just a possibility. I've been seeing some of that in these cards. Well, in the first place, I've got 5 major arcana cards out of 7. So that seems fairly significant for some of you. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so we have to take that with a grain of salt. But I still think it's kind of cool, you know? And the overall theme is fast-paced events. You may have felt like you were in some kind of holding pattern, and then all of a sudden things are flying at incredible speeds. Now, these can be messages going back and forth, and I actually get Page of Pentacles, more messages. For some of you, this could be a situation with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I actually got another card that the strength card is Leo. So maybe there was a Leo in your life. Maybe that's the person coming back. And also in this past position, this could be you really having to hold it together. Maybe this person was away not because you broke up. Maybe they were sent on a military mission, or they had to go to a job in some other country, and you didn't want them to leave, but you just kept the faith. The 8 of Wands can be exciting news that you really are happy about. It can make you feel energized again. Maybe you've been in the doldrums. What is happening right now, because that's the theme, and what's happening right now is represented by the Page of Pentacles. So this could also be, the Page of Pentacles can indicate students. So there may have been, especially, the younger Scorpios who are still of an age that you would be going away to school. There may have been something, and maybe during the spring break, for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, that somebody, maybe they're from a different college and you had to really see if your relationship would work and you're getting back together again. The other thing that this could be too, the Page of Pentacles, anytime that you see pages, it can be almost like an ace where it's like a beginning of something. So it could be with a job, and this is kind of, I'm kind of fumbling around here because it's possible with the Ace of Wands, maybe somebody that you were with had to go and you are finding out that you have a job in that area too, or just something, or maybe they're sending for you so that you can come and join them. There's all possibilities, but I feel like you're hearing from somebody and it's like you can breathe now, because maybe you were wondering if you would be reunited with this person. And if you're single, because I have to remember that, I was reminded that I'm always talking about committed relationships or relationships that you're already in. For somebody who is single, you may have a period of time where you haven't had any kind of relationships whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, it's like everything begins. And what I would take with the Strength card, if it isn't the Leo person from the past, is that you, whatever happened before you got into or are going to get into a relationship, you have had good self-esteem. You're not in a place where you're desperate, where you're just willing to be with whoever will give you the time of day. You're going to hold out for that particular person, or if you had somebody in mind, or just somebody in the future that is the person for you. You're going to be choosy, in other words. And then this is reiterated by the Magician card, because this is a card of conscious co-creation. So it's the highest level of self-empowerment. And for sure, some Scorpios undoubtedly have learned that lesson through trial and error in all areas of their life. And so you may have had not so wonderful relationships where you didn't understand that you had to make proper choices, that you were just willing to allow whatever happened to happen, and you ended up in a bad place. So you now have the ability to, and also this is about law of attraction, of being able to attract to you the partner that is perfect for you, not just whoever will, as I said before, give you the time of day. And so you're willing to wait because you have a vision in your mind of what it is that you're looking for. And if somebody doesn't match that, you're not going to twist into a pretzel to conform to what they're looking for. You have very specific requirements. And it's not because you're being critical, it's because you're being discerning. There's a big difference. Or judgmental, that's the other side of things, and that's not what you're doing. If this is true about these major arcana cards, this will be a very significant month for you in your relationships and possibly other areas of your life, Scorpio. So what I would say is, with that Eight of Wands, to keep yourself flexible. As a fixed sign, you tend to kind of hunker down. Keep yourself flexible for any kind of fast developing developments and you might take advantage of them. Otherwise, as they say, if you snooze, you'll lose. You may be afraid to change your life. Let's say if you get a job offer, which the Eight of Wands could certainly be, a career change, a career offer, you may have to, they may say, okay, you got to move in 2 weeks, and you're like, wait, I can't do that. How am I going to do this? If you can say, yeah, I'll be there, and you can commit to it, if you feel like it's a good opportunity, the only thing that is stopping you is your fear of the unknown. So that's something that you might have to get over, but it's really important to just keep that flexibility at this time. What crosses you is the Fool card. This is kind of like what I was just saying. The Fool in the upright position is somebody who is who's in love with the mystery of the journey. In the reversed position, it's somebody who's being overly cautious, who wants a guarantee ahead of time of what's going to transpire. And that's not what life is about, is it? I'm not saying to take foolish risks. I'm talking about being fearful of the unknown. The Fool embraces the unknown and is stimulated by the unknown and is expanded by the unknown. It's like going on the journey and not having a destination, and knowing that the journey is more important than the destination. In the reverse position, the destination is everything, and the journey, which is the exploration, is totally feared. Sometimes if you've ever taken a walk, like, let's say in a city that you live near, and you take a walk and you think you're going to go one place and you just start exploring. I don't know if you ever do that. I've done that, and it's so fun because you go down these side streets and you find things that you never would have found, because they're not like necessarily tourist attractions or anything like that. They're just, people's houses or something, and you're like, wow, there are all these houses and they're right by the downtown area. And just the excitement of being in a new place, having new experiences, new stimulation, can be very energizing. So never knock that. You never know what you might find along the way. What comes in, or the advice, is the Hierophant. For some people, this is like, keep your eyes on the prize. The prize is a committed relationship or a marriage. This can be a marriage card. And maybe if you have, the Eight of Wands can even be like a exciting, like, sexual affair. If you're attracted to somebody physically, remember that you have to be able to talk to them, to feel, to be connected to them emotionally, and to feel, strong emotions for them, especially as a Scorpio. You also have to trust them, be able to trust them, and to respect them. And, you're the kind of person, I think, that wants a committed relationship. And so they have to be trustworthy, that you would believe that they're committed, and likewise be worth it, for you, for what you're looking for. This can also connect to the sign of Taurus. Maybe this is talking about that Taurus new moon that can bring a matter to head where you end up committing to somebody, maybe getting engaged, maybe moving in together. The outcome is the Hangman. In some cases, if you're in that first stages of a relationship, or you're reunited with somebody from your past, you may not be able to get together right away because there may be geographical distances. There may be the other person, or you may be already in a relationship and you can't get out of it at this time. So this is about letting go of the need to control the situation, letting go and letting God. It's about also sacrifice. If there is a situation that would be hurtful, like if the person, in order to be with you, would have to leave his family and there are young children involved, you may be hesitant to be part of that. And you may decide that you're not willing to leave and to be with this person because you don't want the guilt of that. So that might just be a sacrificial thing that you do for the higher good. But it could just be not trying to control the situation and allowing it to go. Now, this could be even if you're engaged, you get engaged, where you're not worried about what if it doesn't work out, what if we don't get married. You're just like, okay, I'm happy and I'm going to enjoy my happiness. I'm not going to start thinking negative thoughts. And the same thing applies if you are single. And, you know, this card represents, the Magician card represents you being able to attract the person of your dreams. And, you know, is this, would it be inappropriate for me to plug my ebook, Manifesting Your Soulmate? A Guide to High Vibe Love. And because I think for single people, sometimes you never know if you're like putting all your eggs into one basket. Maybe you're going after people over and over again who are not appropriate for you. The Magician card is about self-empowerment. So you have to take charge. But it's not about being bossy. It's about being totally clear on what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want in a relationship, and not selling for less, as I said earlier. And the Hangman card as the outcome card is about the art of allowing. Once you have put in your order with the universe, the perfect partner, then you sit back and you just wait for it to be delivered to you. You don't have to, you know, impose your will on the universe, in other words. So, in any case, Scorpio, I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you'd like a private reading, you can always click on the link below and contact me and you know, and order a reading online from me. So, until next month, have a great April. Bye.